welcome to another video in which we're going to be taking a little look at the Lunar Soul Tarot. This is a Liminal 11 tarot deck which is being created by Darren Schill and Mike Mediglia. So the box itself, absolutely beautiful, as you can see, is very pale kind of gold and a navy blue. And it looks really kind of, not cartoony, but arty in terms of sketches. The box opens with a magnetic clip at the bottom, and as you can see, it says on the box, it's a pure sort of memory that only works backwards, and that's a phrase by Lewis Carroll. And then out of here comes the tarot deck, and inside here, I don't know if you can see, is all these lovely patterns. Now this is so much better than the last Liminal 11 production I had, because inside the last one was a cardboard kind of guide which had been glued to the inside, and they've not done that this time, and it looks so much better for it. So inside this box, which I've already been in, was a cardboard insert here, but I've taken that out, and as you can see inside the box there is lovely designs. So it's a box in a box. It's really quite clever. I'll put them like that so you can see. And then we have inside the box the cards and the guidebook. I love Liminal 11 guidebooks because they are hardback, but they're really small. If you can see, they're really, really small. This guidebook is in total, I wonder if it gives me a page number on here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 57 pages long. So in the guidebook, as you can see, there's a little introduction and dedication. There is a contents page, a forward, an introduction with more information. And then we have information about the major arcana, and then we have a single page upon each of the cards with a picture of each of the major arcana cards. Now if we move to the minor arcana, you can see it here as well, we've got duality, an extra card here, it's an exclusive card. And we have the minor arcana here with wands. You can see each of the minor arcana cards are actually just given a short paragraph explaining their meaning. And then at the back we've got some spreads. And then just in between black and white is not grey. It's all the colours in the world. Such a lovely little guidebook, just perfect for this deck. So the guidebook and the cards, all similar colours, as you can see. Right, we will now take a look at the cards. Okay, so as you can see, the cards are standard tarot card size. They have no edging. They are reversible, but you can tell obviously from the blue and the yellow which way up they are. And the backs have got lovely clouds and stars on them. So let's have a look through. Well, we begin with the Fool. It's a beautiful card. I like that there's an alligator looking down over the edge there, and the dog. It's really nicely done, and I also really like the font in the title bar at the bottom. I love the colours of the yellows. And then we have the Magician. This has a feel of the Modern Witch Tarot about it for me. Obviously it's made by Liminal 11 as well, so that's probably why. I like the numbering at the top there. Then we have the High Priestess, carrying her knowledgeable book there with a yin-yang on for balance. Interesting card. Followed by the Empress. This is one of my favourite cards in the tarot deck, the Motherhood card, the Fertility card, because being a mum myself, I like that she's obviously touching her animals there, and she's got a wand there, and you've got your heart and the elements. It's lovely. Then we have the Emperor. You can see they're all quite pale in colour, these cards. They're really, really nice pastel colours. The Emperor looks almost Anglo-Saxon there to me. Then we have the Hierophant. Interesting card because it's about tradition, isn't it, the Hierophant, and it's about the whole kind of leadership and tradition and following things as they should be. And I like this kind of guru on a throne. Here we've got the Lovers. It's very Garden of Eden, this, isn't it? It's lovely. Then the Chariot. This is so colourful. I don't know why this reminds me of one of the RE textbooks from when I was a child at school, but it just does. Then we have Justice. Very balanced card there. And the Hermit. I like the turtle there following him. Lovely. The Wheel of Fortune. It's beautiful colours. I like that you've got the eagle. It looks like a pharaoh almost up there. And the lions. And here we have Strength, obviously with that traditional symbol of the lion. And then the sun in the background is actually yin yang as well. We've got a yin yang in a hand. There's a lot of yin yangs in this Lunar Sol deck. So obviously Lunar Sol is like moon, sun, which is opposite. So obviously you're going to have yin yangs. The Hanged Man, or the Hanged One as it's called. I'll just turn it the other way up. Looks nice and calm there. And then we have Death. Now this should be quite an interesting card for Lunar Sol, for Death, because he's in daylight with the rose there and the sun and the scythe. Interesting. And then we have Temperance, Balance. Walking on water there with a rainbow behind him. Interesting concept. The Devil, not such a pretty fellow in this card. Not at all. And the trees there, there's the tide with the bindings in the trees. And then we have the Tower. I think this is one of the happier kind of towers I've seen in tarot cards. And the Star. Oh, I think this card is always beautiful. Especially, it's one of my favourite cards in the deck, along with the Empress. And then we have the Moon here with the lobster and the wolf and the dog. And then the Sun. I love the unicorn. And we have Judgment. Now, is it just me, or is that cat floating in a coffin? And is it like being judged as it floats across a river by someone more heavenly there? Interesting. And then we have the World. I quite like that card actually. It's very pretty. Moving on to the Minor Arcana, we have the Ace of Wands. And these are quite pip-like in that case, whereas here we have a character for the Two of Wands. And the Three of Wands, that waiting for results. Not tied, just waiting. Four of Wands, a celebration card, and indeed it's very celebrative. And we have the Five of Wands. Another interesting card. And the Six. It's almost like holding up the branch, isn't it? I've done it. I'm celebrating. I've got my wreath. Seven of Wands. And we've got the Eight of Wands, that speed card. We've got them torches all flying. The Nine of Wands. He's building that fence, isn't he? Or building that barrier. And then we've got the Ten of Wands, that overwhelming, that burden. And you can see by his face there, he's carrying some weight on his shoulders. And we have the Page of Wands. Now I've got to say, I love their elaborate kind of costume there. I love is it a dress? Is it a coat? I'm not entirely sure. It's beautiful. And then we have the Knight of Wands, riding a lion rather than a horse. That's interesting. Have I missed one? Why am I going on to the King of Wands first? Oh, okay. Maybe it's in a different order. King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And then we have the Ace of Cups. I love this floating on a lily pad kind of thing. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that is a lovely Two of Cups. Definitely this kind of sun to moon, rainbow, daylight, moonlight. You know, I love it. And we've got the Three of Cups. The Sisterhood. Ah, what a brilliant Four of Cups. You've got 3 full cups there. And you're just turning away from them. Five of Cups. Gosh, that's quite an emotive one. And then we've got the Six of Cups. I like that the flowers kind of, it's like the progression of the growth. Then the Seven of Cups. Oh, what a beautiful 8 of Cups. 9 of Cups. A wish card literally floating. And then the 10 of Cups. And here we have the Page of Cups. I do like their outfits. I like that dress. And the Knight of Cups riding a fish. See, the last knight was riding a lion, so riding a fish obviously is water for cups. And we've got the King of Cups. So we have these in a slightly different order here. And the Queen of Cups. Ace of Swords. 2 of Swords. It's quite Pip-like, isn't it? And that 3 of Swords, goodness. And the 4. And the 5 of Swords. Wow, that's a bit Poppy Fields, if you will. 6 of Swords. Oh, I like that, walking along the swords. And the 7. Oh, and the black and white. That's interesting. Black and white to colour for the 7 of Swords. That monochrome to colour. 8 of Swords. It's a bit Rapunzel. And the 9 of Swords. That's very Rider-Waite. And then we have the 10 of Swords. And here we have the Page and the Knight, who's now walking on clouds rather than riding something. And the King of Swords and the Queen. Oh, she looks like she means business. And then we have, oh, that's beautiful, the Ace of Discs. That's gorgeous. And the 2 of Discs, so rather than coins or pentacles, it's discs. And then obviously got a yin-yang again there. And the 3 of Discs. And the 4, oh, that's an interesting one. I like the lighting. And then we have the 5. And then we have the 6. It's beautiful, these little butterflies. Well, isn't that lovely as well, with the 7 and the growth on the tree. And then we have the 8. Busy crafting at the table there with all the medals or all the work behind them. And oh wow, that's gorgeous as well. The 9 of Discs. I do like this deck. And then we have the 10 of Discs. On the way home there. And the Page, who seems to be taller than the trees, but it must be a perspective. And we have the Knight, again riding an animal. And the King. Oh, I like that he's sat in a throne of wood. That's brilliant. And the Queen. And then we have some bonus cards. I keep reading this as, it was Wu Wei, but I read it as Wet Wet, and I was like, well, it's missing an extra wet. So if it was a bandit, it would be Wet Wet Wet, but that's obviously not. Wu Wei. So it's an extra bonus card. And then we have Duality. Now this, to me, definitely shouts Lunar Soul, because you've got the moon and the sun, the dark and the light, the balance there. This deck is really lovely to handle. I don't know if you can hear, but it's really smooth, not papery, but it's not glossy at all, and it's lovely to hold and to handle. So this is the Lunar Soul Tarot. It's available from Liminal 11. It comes with a beautiful guidebook. It's a double boxer. I would certainly recommend it, having just looked through it myself for the first time. I can't wait to use it. If you've got this deck, drop me a comment and let me know what you think of it. If you haven't got this deck and you've watched this video and you like it, or you have thoughts upon it, just drop your thoughts and ideas below in a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video informative, and take care.